With your Sports on Demand for Friday, November 15th, I'm Alex Klein. NMU hockey was all about the comeback game last weekend against St. Cloud State, scoring 6 total goals in the third periods of the series. Tonight, though, the Wildcats got started early, thankfully. In the first period, the Wildcats there in the white and Alaska in the blue. NMU is on the power play. Griffin Logren hits Joseph Nardi in the slot, and he scores. It's 1-0 for the Cats. Nardi would be a theme in this game. To the second period we go, and it's going to be the same setup. Wildcats on the power play. Phil Ballou to Logren and to Nardi once again. Nice night for Nardi. He's got 2 goals, and the Cats are up 2-0. Later in the second, breakaway chance for Alaska Fairbanks. And NMU goalie John Hawthorne fights it off. He would have 16 saves on the night. In the third period, though, Cats caught napping, and James LaDouche takes advantage. It's 2-1, and the Cats, they hang on for the 2-1 win. Head coach Grant Patolny, after the game, shared his thoughts on the win.
I thought the game was segmented a little bit, probably 10 minutes to feel each other out. And then for 30 minutes, I thought it was about as good as we've played all year. You know, in the third period, there's probably 10 minutes that we got outplayed. You know, we talk about don't get bored with the game. And we kind of did. We got away from the things that we did well.
Now both teams will face off again tomorrow night at the Barry Event Center. Puck drop is set for 6 p.m. And Michigan Tech also gets the win over Lake Superior State 4-2. Trenton Bliss scored 2 goals for the Huskies. And now to football. Only 8 teams remaining in 8-player. And now it's in the semifinals. The lone UP team, Pickford in Division II, looking for its second straight state finals berth, hosting Hillman tonight. And the Panthers hosting this one with the higher playoff points, and they are up big in the second half and not slowing down even with the cold. Senior QB Jimmy Story hands off to Stephen Lamoth for the score. The conversion is good, and that makes it 32-0. Then Story is going to go to the air. He finds Sam Burton, and he's going to get a huge gain after the catch, and that would make a 40-point night for the Panthers. Hillman would get a score late in this one as Sean Hennigan airs it out for Gunnar Malingen in the end zone. The Tigers get a touchdown, but Pickford gets the win 40-8 tonight. And they are headed back to the Superior Dome for another go-ahead at a state championship. The Panthers will face the winner of Climax Scots and Portland St. Patrick next Saturday. And the Calumet Copper Kings hosting Maple City Glen Lake in a Division VI high school football regional final tomorrow. Calumet's only blemish this season was a 1-point loss to Iron Mountain. Glen Lake's only loss, Kingsley, 53-14 in Week 7. Both the Mountaineers and Stags are also in the regional finals. Calumet met the Lakers a few years ago, but that was a tough day.
They're an awesome football team. They were up here 3 years ago in a regional final game. They won 14-0. And that was just a knockdown, drag-out game. It was a 1-touchdown game until late in the fourth quarter when they punched in the game winner. Team is absolutely huge. They're ginormous. And that's the one thing that we're kind of dealing with right now is how are we going to deal with that.
Just making sure that we play our football the way we always have and just staying on blocks and getting off blocks and wrapping up and making tackles and everybody flowing to the ball and doing their job.
You got to love that blood on the nose. Kickoff from Calumet tomorrow is at 1 o'clock. In Division 7, Iron Mountain entertaining Traverse City St. Francis at noon Central, 1 o'clock Eastern, and in Division 8, Ishpeming meeting Beale City at 1 p.m. in Mount Pleasant. Now to the scoreboard. GLIAC volleyball. Michigan Tech keeps on winning, taking down the Lakers 3-1. Olivia Gormley pacing the Huskies with 12 kills, but NMU swept by Saginaw Valley State. And one game in women's basketball, Michigan Tech falling in a close one with St. Cloud State, 65-61. Sloan Zenner led Tech with 12 points. And in men's basketball, NMU cannot handle Minnesota Duluth, losing 84-62. And Spring Arbor takes down Lake Superior State 75-63 in the Lakers' home opener.